respects, we all would have loved for them to have done a far much better job managing this people's election, because we all recognize that this was always going to be a people's election. They've made their mistakes, they've had their shortcomings, but under the circumstances, we also want to thank that dedication and the work that they have been doing, the work that they continue to do. And now we want to urge them again at this critical juncture, as this election draws to a close, because the people clearly and visibly have decided. We are urging the men and women at the ECZ again to be loyal to the Zambian people and allow the will of the people to prevail. And we have no doubt, none whatsoever, that they will do the right thing, because they too are just Zambian citizens. They too are just as much as victims of all the corruption, all the plunder, all the bad leadership which all of us as a collective lined up yesterday to saying no to. So we want to believe and trust that they would do the right thing and honor the promise to manage this people's election for and on behalf of the people with the utmost impartiality. Is it impartiality or partiality? Impartiality. Thank you. But we also want to urge and thank the numerous post staff, particularly the returning officers, the presiding officers. We all know that many of these men and women are civil servants, principally teachers and council workers. We don't need to come here and begin to explaining to a teacher or a council worker how difficult the past 10 years have been. They've been victims of government fraud. They've been victims of diminished working conditions of work, poor salaries, across the board. They have been victims. They too are citizens. They are just mothers and fathers who want the best for their families. They are just mothers and fathers who want their children to have access to a decent education. They are just mothers and fathers who want their children and the rest of their family members to have access to a decent public healthcare system where there's medicines, there's doctors, there's nurses, and all other critical personnel, including equipment. And we want again to believe that they too, having felt the pain of the past 10 years and sharing fully in the collective pain and suffering which all of us have been going through for the past 10 years and are just about to put an end to, they too will do the right thing and ensure that at every turn, as this election process visibly draws to a conclusion and to a decisive close, they too are going to play their part and ensure that the will of the people absolutely prevails. We do not expect these fantastic Zambian citizens, like all of us, to fall victim to the last-minute machinations, enticements of a desperate regime. We have endured the past 10 years. Our families have gone to bed hungry. We have lost our relatives because there's been no medicines in hospitals. Surely we can hold on for the last few hours and just do the right thing, because now we can see that over the horizon, a new vision, a new hope, a new Zambia, and a new leadership with President Hakainde Hichilema at the helm, and all of us providing the critical support to beginning rebuilding this country is near. So we want to urge all election staff participating in managing this people's election, allow the people's will to preserve. This election is not critical just for ourselves in this generation. This election is critical and will have consequences even for children within the wombs of their mothers. This is how important this election is. So I want to call upon all Zambians participating in the various processes of managing this election to ensure that we allow this process to take its logical course and reach its logical conclusion, which we all know and we have visibly seen from the results that have been coming through. We know exactly which way it is ended. Let us hold on just a little bit longer. We're nearly at the end of the road. I want to thank you, and I'm going to make way for the the acting spokesperson for the alliance.
UPND Alliance acting spokesperson.
Yes, Mr. Tawa Kawana. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Bwadia. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the press. When you listen to Anthony speaking, you are listening to a diplomat. Man soft, lazy, easy. Us, we have to tell you the politics as they are. And I know each time I come to speak, the PF frowns. Keep frowning. You are choke up. Ladies and gentlemen, this morning, we are aware that the Patriotic Front is going to have a press briefing in the next 30 minutes or so. We are aware that, number one, they want to claim that their polling agents and election staff in Southern Province were chased from the poll centers by UPND members, and therefore we are not party to the election. We want to put it clear and on record that that is not correct information. It is a lie. And what they want to try and introduce, or what they want to try and bring about, is a situation where they want, it's part 2 of their tribal nonsense. So what they want is the way they span the country towards tribalism and tribal talk and all that Kambwili lunatic talk. Now they are taking it a step further. What they want to state is that in Southern Province, their people were chased. Therefore, the rest of the country, the people should now chase the UPND Alliance staff, UPND Alliance people doing elections and so on. They are trying to create a problem so that you have got violence sparking, so that, for example, people in Wapula will now say, you people were chasing our people from Southern Province. We are also chasing you from here. It will not happen. I want to assure you, PF, it will not happen. The Zambians have united against you. The Zambians have united against your tribal talk, against your tribal hogwash. You deserve the loss that you are getting. You deserve the beating that you are getting. This is because the people of Zambia are whipping you, they are beating you into your corner to show you, to teach you manners, that we are one Zambia, one nation. And we cannot be divided by political lunatics like the Kambwili you unleashed on the Zambian people. This resounding vote that the Zambian people have brought out is in retaliation. It is a demonstration to you, to show you that talk all you want, spew all the tribal garbage you want. The Zambian people are not part of it. We are a united force, a united family. That is why but PF, we've lost terribly on the copper belts at your bedroom. Go and see your bedroom, see who's there now. I'm in your bed. You are gone. The whole copper belt has rejected you. Look at the results coming from the northern, Luapula, Muchinga, all this area. Look at the results that are coming from there. The people of Zambia have rejected you because they won't take this. The people of Zambia are not interested in politics of division, especially divisions that are anchored on dividing us as a nation on tribal lines. So we know that you want to start that confrontation and fight, so that you put the country on crossroads, so that when we begin to fight and you claim that these elections are marred with violence, therefore they must stop, it won't work. So whatever you want to say about what happened in Southern Province is a lie, and we want to put it to you that not only do you lie, but really you cheat yourselves. I don't want to go through the theory of the big man pleasuring himself. So the issue here is that you are cheating to yourselves. Nobody's listening to you. The whole country has shut their ears to you. They have locked the door on you. They are tired of you. It is time to go. You have lost these elections. You have lost them. You might want to ask us, Why the confidence? Where are you getting the information? Where are the results? ECZ has not yet started. We have parallel voter tabulation, the way you have parallel voter tabulation. We have our people on the ground. Zambia's electoral system is among the best in Africa, if not the world. Because for us, we do not need to wait for ECZ to come and make the announcement at national level. The announcements are done at the polling station. And there, they are announced and they are stuck. So our people are relaying that information to us, just like your people are relaying that information to you. So already, you know which MP has won and which MP has lost. You know your casualties. We don't need to tell you. We know your casualties, but we won't tell you. It's in Ndawazan. So you can know that you are not going to win these elections. We are also aware that you want to claim, you want to claim that the UPND has rigged the election. And the UPND has rigged the election. A ruling party crying that the opposition has rigged the election. Well, it's supposed to be the other way around. But we know that you want to claim that the UPND has rigged the UPND has done no rigging. The people of Zambia have decided that it is your time to go. And that is why you had managed over the years to shut down the people. You had managed over the years to seal the voices of the people, and all the people did was to withdraw and keep quiet. They knew that their day was coming. Like they say, every dog has its day. That is why yesterday people are going to vote together with their dogs. They knew that that day was coming. And yesterday the day came, and they have punished you in a very resounding vote of no confidence in you as the PF. So your claims that you want to bring out about rigging really are just an embarrassment. Outrightly, they are an embarrassment. You are a ruling party, have some dignity, find something else. Don't claim rigging. How can we rig elections from you when you're in the office? Have some dignity, you know? So please, don't talk about rigging. There's no rigging here. You have lost outrightly. We also know that you want to make a premature appeal to the ECZ to stop the announcement of results. PF. You want to stop the announcement of results. You can't stop the announcement of results. You can petition the results, but you cannot petition the announcement of the results. You wait for the results to be announced. Then you can petition, but you cannot petition the announcement of the results. Let's just go ahead and begin to get the results as they are. We are already aware of the results. All we are waiting now is to mirror what we have with what the ECZ will announce. Yeah. It's as simple as that. All we are saying is, when ECZ said this constituency, we already have the results. So all we are checking is if our numbers and their numbers are matching. Because our numbers are the numbers that are at the polling center, that are signed for. So if ECZ is going to announce wrong results, we shall take you on. We will not allow that wrong results be announced. And I want to echo, like we said in the past, like Anthony has said again, to you the ECZ, allow the voice of the people to be the one that determines who the winner is. We don't want, I repeat, we do not want a situation where the people that count the ballot determine who wins. Let the people that cast the ballot be the ones who determine who wins, not you, not the people that are counting. So we are aware that this election has gone our way. We are aware that this election has gone the people's way. Like we warned you, the election was between the PF and the people. And we were just chosen by the people.
Hello, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Can we have some silence there?
So, we want to make it very clear. This was ZMBC, you are here.
You're here.
Welcome. All right. You're welcome. So, we want to make it very clear that we do not want an election whose results are to be cooked. Make no mistake. ECZ, you've heard my colleague here, we thank you, we respect you, we appreciate that you're working under very difficult circumstances. But there's just a small part of the lap remaining. Elections are a process and not an event. And because they are a process, they are supposed to be free and fair elections. Are they free? They were not free. We were not allowed to campaign. Were they fair? They were not fair. We were being tear gassed, stopped from campaigning and arrested. There's only one part remaining, ECZ, for you to rescue in this election. At least, let the result be credible. Let the result be credible. Let it reflect the will of the people. That much you can give the country. We cried when we were being stopped. Nothing happened. The more we cried, sometimes you yourselves even punished us for the sins of the PF. We cried when we were being tear gassed. It fell on deaf ears. And now we are crying to you. At least allow the people's will to be the determinant of this election. Give us the credibility. Give the results a credibility. Let us have a credible result. We want to end by stating that, again, we regret the death of the Northwestern Province Chairperson for the Patriotic Front, Mr. Jackson Kungo, a person known to us as well. We regret that death. We condemn the manner in which he was killed. We ask the police to investigate and bring the perpetrators to book. We gave our side of the story according to how we were briefed yesterday as to exactly what happened. And from our establishment, it is clear that it was a PF versus the PF. It was a story that started the day before yesterday, that Mr. Samuel Chihili, a brother to the DPS, was killed by suspected PF cadres, and they were suspected to have come from the camp of Mr. Kungo. And the following day, yesterday, Mr. Kungo was cited by another camp of the PF that blamed him for the death. They waylaid him. They accused him of carrying pre-marked ballot papers. The public descended on him. They lynched him and killed him in the process. May his soul rest in peace. It has nothing to do with the UPND. So PF, stop mentioning the UPND in the death of Mr. Kungo. We mourn Mr. Kungo as well. So allow us to mourn with you the death of Mr. Kungo, but please don't politicize it. Don't pin it on us. We had nothing to do with it. Completely nothing to do with it. This is an issue between you and yourselves. It is about you and yourselves. It has nothing to do with us. So let us allow that we all mourn Mr. Kungo and Mr. Chihili in these untimely deaths that our two colleagues suffered. We also want to conclude by condemning the outgoing, inept, incompetent and moribund PF regime for the cowardly act of tampering with the internet at a time such as this one. The internet is not there. When it is there, it is very slow. We have no WhatsApp, we have no Facebook, and for people to access WhatsApp or Facebook, they have to download VPNs. Now, when you download your VPN, you are able to access your Facebook, you access your WhatsApp. But like we cautioned last night, I want to repeat myself to the people, yes, download the VPN so that you're able to have access to WhatsApp and Facebook, but please do not transact using the mobile platforms. You transact with your money transactions, your bank transfers and all these things, e-wallet, what? Don't do that using VPN. It's insecure. It may just end up having you in problems because these fraudsters who have access to your bank details. So leave your bank out, use it strictly for results and so on, but be careful. Be careful. It is sad that we can reach a point like this where internet can be taken away from the citizens at a crucial time such as this one. It was only seen in one country, somewhere in Africa, with a president who is known to be a dictator, that during the election they shut down internet. And now we have shut down our internet. Why do such a thing, PF? But worry not, we know that why you have done this is because you want to curtail the inflow of results, so that you just switch on when it is time to make the results, maybe by ECZ, and we don't know what else you would have cooked or not, but this thing of on, off will not help you. With or without internet, you are losing these elections, and the people of Zambia have beat you to your own game. We don't even understand how you thought you are going to win by taking away internet. President Kaunda was president in this country for 27 years. In 1991, we had no internet. There was no WhatsApp. There was no Facebook. There was simply no social media. Like I said last night, all we had was social studies. But we beat Kaunda. 27 years in office, he was brought down. You, 10 years in office, take away WhatsApp, take away Facebook, take away in fact, take away your tear gas canisters and so on. We still beat you. The people of Zambia beat you. The young people have voted you out. That is why yesterday they were going to vote in their university gowns. They knew that when they vote for the UPND alliance and they vote for Hakainde Hichilema as Zambia's 7th Republican president, they are voting for jobs. They wore their gowns to take their graduation, to take it to the poll station to vote for the jobs, and they voted for the jobs. The young people have kicked you out. We wish you well, PF, but let's end properly. Please, let us end properly. Let's not antagonize each other. We thank you.
Okay, the message is clear. Time for questions or clarifications. Yes. Your name? And then Susan.
Good morning, Mr. Wadi and Mr.
Morning.
Joseph Damadisanda from Florida.
Yep.
I want to get a comment from either of you based on the parallel of contact administration that you have received, which you have indicated to the media that you are taking a lead in these elections. How are you turning your cadres to ensure that there is no over-excitement before this is announces the results?
Yeah, have you seen any of our cadres overexcited out there or misbehaving? Nothing. Yeah, no, our cadres are very disciplined. It is the PF cadres that are indisciplined, and that's why the people of Zambia voted them out. Our cadres are very disciplined. They will not be overexcited. They will not break anybody's property. They will not misbehave or misconduct themselves at the obvious sign of victory for the UPND alliance. Compliments of the people of Zambia.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Jess from Big Settlement Northwestern. My question is based on the allegation that you made that Mr. Congo was actually killed by alleged PF people had a vendetta with him. I just like to find out if you have further information on that, then where you got that information? Because according to our staffers on the ground, they're not still at the police station.
Yeah, like we said, we gave out this information and said we are passing it on to the police. They are the only competent unit that are able to investigate and give us an official position. So what we have is information from the ground, and which we present not as facts, but we present as to what we have been told on the ground, and we would like the police now to investigate, while we all wait so that we get to the bottom of it. The police will tell us the truth, and then from there we can now see who the culprits are and that they are brought to book. What is clear and what we want to put on record is to distance the UPND Alliance from the allegation that it is our people that murdered Mr. Kungu. That we present as a fact, that it had nothing to do with us.
Yes, gentleman.
Yes, my name is Calvin Kaumachika from Spring TV. My question goes to Mr. Kawana. You made an allegation that the PF works to stop ECZ from announcing the results. I want to know what the UPND Alliance is doing to ensure that the alleged stopping of announcement of results does not occur. What are you doing as a party?
Well, we are not ECZ, and we are also a party to the election. So we are aware that there is this on the ground, and we are aware that they are going to hold a presser. So what we basically do as a political party is to warn them that we are aware this is what you want to do, but it won't work. Because we know that ECZ can't do that, because the rest of us stakeholders will not allow it. They cannot stop announcing results. Results have to be announced. Those that are dissatisfied with the results, they petition the results. We keep falling back on President Rupiah Banda's counsel to all of us in this election, that let those that will not win be humble or magnanimous enough to accept defeat. And those that win, be humble enough. Do not harass the losers. So we take his counsel very seriously. Every election will produce a winner and a loser. And this time around we are sure, beyond reasonable doubt, that PF are the losers. And we will be humble enough not to harass them.
Yes, my name is Philemon Moira from Power FM. There's a report on social media saying that the aspiring candidate in Mateo constituency was stabbed yesterday. I just want to get your comment on that. And then this morning again saying that there have been a UPND card who was arrested in line with the same development. So I just want to get your comment in line with that.
Well, we are yet to establish what happened to the PF Matero parliamentary candidate, Mr. Mao Sampa, but I will be quick to state here that, again, it is a mere allegation that they want to pin whatever happened on the UPND. But that's typical of the PF. They always want to pin what they go through on the UPND. It is only a few weeks ago in Chawama that the PF rose against the PF and fought terribly and burnt their own office and almost pinned it on the UPND until police established that actually that fight was between PF and PF. The PF led by America or something, and the other PF led by the structures supporting Mrs. Lungu or something like that, Mrs. Mwan, Satasila Lungu or something like that. It had nothing to do with the UPND. We also heard a week or so ago that Mr. Sampa was in Matero campaigning the whole day and decided to leave, and his own cadres beat him up because he only Koranjara. They said they've been there the whole day, they had nothing to eat, and they beat him up. So how do we know even this time if it is on cadres? But I can tell you that it is not UPND. Our people do not have violence in their DNA. As a party, as a political party, we have no violence in our DNA.
The last one. Asira? Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
I must mention that Ilero